Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. And in the last episode, we finally crossed our final hurdle into Dollar in order to take on the Chaos Dragon, also known as the Earth Dragon, Medius. And in order to save the world for the very first time for Marth's first journey, we're finally doing this. And we are finally in the final chapter of Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon in TheBladeOfLight. And with that, we actually have ourselves a very tough chapter here. I'll be honest, I went to go look at the reinforcements for the previous chapter, and I ended up checking just to kind of see what kind of reinforcements are going to be in this one, since there is no next episode, so I can't check in the next episode to see what it was. Because honestly, I want you guys to know. There is, I believe, 500 plus reinforcements? I think it was 565 to be exact, and in the previous chapter was 209. But because of the fact that I blocked off those strongholds, they were actually supposed to spawn on turn 6, I think? So we actually dodged a bullet there. But they do start spawning on this map on turn 6. So we need to be moving constantly, or we're going to be completely entrapped inside this place. Because once 570-something units get into this castle, there is no way of us surviving. I really don't think we have enough weapons to completely take on an army like that. So, due to that being the case, we will be moving constantly. I do feel like we should be perfectly fine with our stats and levels, so I think we should be fine. I don't think anything bad will happen, but that's just being honest. That's just being, well, kind of honest, I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest, I hope we're safe, but we could run into some problems. Who honestly knows? I haven't checked the stats on these guys yet, like I did with the bishops, when it came to Garneth's level, but I do know where Medius is. Medius is sitting right here, since we were able to kind of tell based on how the positioning of the map looked. It kind of looked like this was the area that you needed to get to since it's in the center. So thankfully, we got our 10 strength dragon here. He's got 10 speed, which isn't bad, and then he also has his 12 defense, but his stone is different than the other dragon, so since he has 10 defense, he could have some really hefty defense due to the fact that he does have his 45 HP. So we might be running into some problems here. But I guess we'll find out very shortly with the start of Chosen by Fate. Let's do this. Chapter 25, the final chapter. Chosen by Fate.
To make it this far, Marth, it is the measure of a true hero.
Sage Godo, why have you come to this place?
Men are foolish, and I had sworn to let the affairs of this world proceed without me. But watching your struggles, I came to think that perhaps I was too hasty in my judgment. I cannot defeat Medius on my own, but I will happily lay his minions to rest. Go forth, and he who has been chosen by the goddess, Altair's Prince of Light, cast the Shadow Dragon back into the darkness, bury him in the earth, and where he crawled out from.
And with that, did we actually get Godo or something? Because based on how he... Oh! I see Godo, and he is indeed on our team. 10 strength. Why do you have 10 strength? You can't even punch or axe or swipe or anything. What's the point of 10 strength? Well, I guess if you were playing, the other game, I guess you could somehow reclass him on the final chapter if he's in that game, but... What? That's kind of strange. Okay, I'll take 10 strength, I guess. Well, he's got 20 speed, which is always good. He won't be able to be hit with crits too often due to the fact that he has 16 defense, or luck. 15 defense is pretty good, and 38 HP is not bad at all either. Okay, Godo, you got some decent stuff. What kind of items you got? Fortify, so he can heal from long range, and he also has Recover, which is a full heal, I believe. Okay, I'm liking it. Okay, Marth, I need you to start making your way towards our first door. Our first and only door on this map. Or at least based on what I can see, so you open this door up for me, buddy. Okay, first movement done. That was the first thing I wanted to make sure was done here, so that's honestly the best thing possible. Honestly, I don't know what we should do with Zane here. Can Hardin make his way over to this bishop? Yes, he can. Do any of these have Rider's Banes? Well, Rider's Banes aren't problems to us, but we don't know if they're strong or not. This guy's got Swarm. He's got 18 speed. Ooh, okay, that could be a problem. Okay, so first off first, the first thing we should probably do is use Zane to turn into Hardin. I didn't actually expect Hardin to be with Zane, so that could be a problem for us, since I don't usually turn Zane into our paladins. So, honestly, it could be a bad thing, or it could be a good thing. I guess we'll find out very shortly. But since we do have the 2 paladins here now, we can use them next turn, and then we can run them in, because we need to make sure that the mage is down, or at least kind of bait him in, so that's what we want to do first. And also, why does it feel like I have a piece of hair on my nose? I don't know why, but my nose is itchy all of a sudden. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, Navarre, you can't even make your way to that Manakete, so don't even try. Minerva, I would run you in there if you can possibly get to this Ballistican, but he does have a Pachyderm, and 18 defense. Oof, okay, that could be a problem. Well, Drog can run in here, and he can deal with this Manakete, so honestly, Drog, you do your thing, since we know you'll be safe. You use your Silver Sword, which will 100% hit this guy twice. He does have his Mage Stone, so he should do some kind of damage to you, but maybe it won't be too bad. I'm actually surprised we only did 5 damage to you with a Silver Sword, but maybe you just have high defenses, which I'm actually surprised about, because the last chapter didn't have, ooh, you have 7 defense. Okay, you are pretty strong there, buddy. You can't run in, so there's no point in running you straight in. Navarre, I want you to move as close as you can. Anything we could do here, like Wendell, maybe... No Wendell shenanigans here. I would, but honestly I don't see a safety in doing that, so let's just put Minerva here, I think. Okay, first turn for them is fine. Now we need to figure out what we want to do here, because all of our turns here is going to be super important, due to the fact that we don't know what we're doing here yet, and we don't know how bad the map is going to be in the next few seconds. We can definitely warp Marth into the final room, but honestly I don't know if that's going to be a smart idea or not. So honestly I feel like not doing that would be a good idea. Let's move Merrick and the rest of our mages closer. They should be able to survive any kind of random range attack, so although I would take a random range attack from one of these units, like the Ballistic in there, I have a feeling that he might have the Pachyderm weapon, so there's no point in trying. Yeah, Pachyderms are not worth running into. Okay, so Kane, I know you'll be safe if you run this guy in, so... because I know this bishop over here on the left side can't get to you, so... First, I want you to deal with this Ballistican. I would use the Javelins, but I don't think the Javelins would be a smart idea, since it will drop his might significantly, since we do want as much damage as we possibly can. So, doing the double swing with our Silver Sword was a smart idea there. I don't know how far this guy can move, so let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he can actually move in position where Kane is, so maybe we should have used our... Oops, I probably should have did that then. Ogma, I want you as close as possible. I have a feeling maybe Caeda can get over to this, Ballistican. If we can, we might be able to do something, but it looks like not, but I do have an idea here. If we can get Caeda over here, and then we can use our 1 charge of our Gradivis, so we have 7 Gradivis shots we can use this chapter, it is the final chapter, so we don't need to worry about breaking it now. So, using our Regalia might be a smart idea here, so getting rid of a Ballistican is actually a very, very, very good thing here, because that saves us much of the problems that we have been worrying about with our flying units, so we don't need to worry too bad now, because now that we have one of the... I think it's 2 Ballisticans on this map, so now we don't have to really worry about movements, other than the snipers that are in the middle area. But other than that, there's really no one that can get rid of flying units. Unless there's like a Wyrm Slayer somewhere, but honestly, due to the fact that the Rider's Banes don't do much damage, I feel like we should be safe. Anyone that can do anything like that. And also I have a feeling that this mage on our right, or on our left of Caeda and Ogma, and I think that was Kane. I could be wrong, but I feel it... Okay, that's just random. Okay, thanks, game. I'll be right back, because that was just a random crit. I didn't even expect that. I'll be right back, boys and girls. Okay, so now that we actually survived that turn, now we got a much better predicament here, but I still am in quite a pickle. So I didn't actually notice that this guy actually had a Wyrm Slayer, so I almost was ready to come back to you guys, but I ended up randomly getting critted by Mr. Wyrm Slayer on Minerva because I moved her in one of the worst possible spots for her. But thankfully we survived this turn, and we actually can do things now. So now that we actually have a movement, we were actually able to get rid of that mage, by the way, since we actually doubled him, surprisingly. I don't know why all of a sudden we do double, but apparently we doubled Mr. 18 speed mage over there. I don't know what happened there, because before we wouldn't be able to double with that, but for some reason the game let us, so I'm going to take it, and hopefully we can run with that, because as long as we're safe, we can make it through here. And also, I still don't know what that third bar means. I feel like it would mean how much you can do a crit to somebody, but the game has yet to really kind of tell me what that meter means. So I'm gonna guess that it probably means he can maybe one-shot me at some point. So let's kind of get rid of this guy before he does think about doing that. Thankfully, we do have the Parthia bow, so we're gonna just burn him alive. Kind of iron bowl him, in a way, I guess you could say, because literally we're burning him in hot metal, basically. So, yeah, he's basically been brazen bowled. So, down goes that general. I think that's actually the only general on the map, unless there was another one that I forgot about. I think there's one on the left side. Yeah, there was. Okay, I think we actually have an armor slayer. No, we don't. I thought one of my units had an armor slayer, I guess not. We have a Wyrm Slayer, which I got from one of the paladins, which is pretty nice, but... Ooh, we can run Marth over here. Perfect. Perfect. Since we do have the rapier, we can actually use its effectiveness on the social knights / regular knights, so we can actually do a lot of damage to this guy. And he does 0 damage to me. Thanks for having a javelin and getting out of my way, buddy. Down goes another one of these paladins. These paladins are dangerous. I can't move Wolf in certain areas because of them, so I have to be very careful where we move because of those kind of units. Okay, so far so good. Honestly, I'm thinking that we should blast a hole into this guy here. I think that would be a smart idea. We do have our Armor Slayer on Drog here, so if we really need to, we can use Drog for armor slaying, but by the time we get over to where the other general is, I don't think we're going to need it, so we should be fine. This guy doubles me, I think, so he only does 2 damage though, so 4 damage altogether unless he randomly crits, but he missed, thankfully. So down he goes for now. We can use our... Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my 1 charge of Psychic on Drog here to heal him back up to full, since he is tanking quite a bit of the enemies on the other side. And instead of moving Minerva where this hero is beneath Navarre, we can use him instead and Silver Sword him into submission. Because I feel like this would be a safer movement due to the fact that there is the heavy-duty units on the other side. So as long as we can get rid of the Wyrm Slayer guy, we can be moving in a lot better way, I think. So honestly, I feel like that would be a good thing. Okay, so far so good. We can throw away the Silver Sword now so we can have the Wyrm Slayer for the Manakete right here, so we can deal with him easier. And then we can end their turn there. I think that should be fine, so let's create our bookmark now, since I feel like that's a fine turn. Let's see here. Hardin can move safely now, so let's keep him moving, so we can meet up with the rest of our team. And then we can have, let's see here, Ogma, I think we can have him start dealing with the mage here. So the mage can go down from us. I think we can safely move... Let's see here, what does he actually have? That actually might be a big thing we should check out. Okay, he has a normal normal silver sword or silver lance. So we can use our Granavis safely here. So we can attack him from long range, do the big damage that we normally can do with our Granavis. 2 charges of our Granavis down, but down goes another big unit. Because he's definitely a problem there. Okay, Cain. Cain is fine, I think. I think we can run Ogma in now. Since we'll more than likely double this mage here, or bishop, or whatever you want to call him. And then we can get rid of this bishop now. And then, actually, we have a high chance of hitting due to the silver sword. And 48 crit is always nice to see. So, either way, he would have went down even if he had HP. Whew, okay. He's actually close to leveling. Oh, another door key. I don't know if we needed another one, but... So that's where you would get a door key if you forgot one. Okay, that's good to know. But thankfully we did bring one, since that did save us some time, since we were able to bring Marth out early, because he needs to be moving as much as he possibly can, since we do have a lot of things we need to worry about. Oh, I should have used Fortify, oops. That would have been a smart idea, actually. Oops, I could have actually did that, and I completely forgot about it. I forgot we even had, Godo, because of the fact that I was paying too much attention on our next movements. Okay, so we do have the snipers that can attack us from the other side of this wall here, so we should be smart about that. We do need to drop a unit on this right here, just to block off one of the respawn points. So we do need to leave units behind to block off areas that we need blocked off at all times. Although there is the strongholds here, but I don't think we need to worry about these ones. So we should be fine there. I'm trying to think of where I want to move Harden in order to help out the rest of the team. I feel like, yeah, he can't make it to the other side where the other guy is, but yeah, he can't. But we can maybe drag him out. So let's see if we can do that instead. How low is Harden actually? We should probably figure out that. 35 HP. So 35 HP, if we go here, we might be able to drag out this hero. Honestly, I feel like bringing out the Silver Lance would be a smart idea here, because I want to make sure that we save our charges on our javelins. And then we do have the Manicheets we need to get rid of. I feel like that should be our turn, so we should be safe to end our turn here. Okay, let's see here. I feel like we should be safe. They do crit quite a lot. They have a lot of skill on these units, so we need to be careful. So, although we do have a good lead, we do have to worry about being randomly critted every now and again. We should be able to maybe double this guy. I could be wrong, but let's see here. Thankfully, Cain is 20 speed. I actually thought that was Harden. So thankfully, Cain does have his 20 speed, so there's no way he's being outsped. So that actually works for us, unless he was holding a silver sword, but he wasn't. So that's actually perfect. Okay, here comes the Ballistican with his Pachyderm. Thankfully, Are you serious? What is with the crits? The crits happen every turn, no matter what I do. Literally, what is going on there? That is not right. That is not right. No matter what I do, I get critted. Thankfully, that is a chance of happening, and not something that is always going to happen. So, I'll be right back. I'm gonna... Let's see here. I think I can load exactly... don't tell me. No. Wait a minute. Actually, I think it's fine. Let's see here. I guess we can find out. Let me check real quick. Yep. I gotta redo that turn. But at least we know that that's not always gonna happen. So I'll be right back. I don't know why the crits are so often. Because of the fact that he has 5 skill! What? No! No. This random guy critting out of nowhere makes no sense then. I have 6 luck. I have more skill than he has skill. Okay, what? Okay, that makes no sense. I'll be right back. That's nonsense. Oh, that's fun. That's very fun. I'll be right back. Okay, I think we have it now. I was able to crit out this Ballistican, thankfully, so it made it much easier with not having to deal with the big bow units, since, yeah, the Ballistican I might have survived if I didn't get critted, honestly, with Drog, but now that I was actually able to get rid of him, I think we're perfectly safe now. I don't think this random hero can come in here and one-shot us. Yeah, I don't think so, actually. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's out of range. But I think he's using 11 sword anyways. No, he's using silver sword. The Manakete shouldn't do too much damage anyways. He's 5 strength, so we're fine with him. And then the Dollar guy here with 12 strength shouldn't be able to do too much with the Silver Lance, although it's going to be some damage. We do have the 18 defense, so we should be fine, I think. So I think our turn has finally figured itself out. So let's end our turn, and let's see what's kind of happening here. Since I am not sure what's going to happen here, and also I need to turn that back to 1 speed. So let's see what happens here, because honestly, I just hope I don't get critted again out of nowhere because of the fact that the random crits make no sense sometimes. Thankfully, we crit, and it makes sense because of the fact that I have high crit chances. Due to the fact that we have so much skill and luck, it would make sense. But some of these units just make no sense because that Pachyderm, I'm pretty sure doesn't get free crit for the weapon itself. So how did he get a crit with 5 skill when my Drong had 6 luck, which was over his skill amount? Which means it should be a really low chance of critting, if anything. So like 5%, 2% chance. Which is really low. So why are they critting me so often? Because it's literally every turn that they randomly do some random crit. You've seen it. Every single time we've done a cut, it's because of a random crit that shouldn't even have happened. And I can't prepare for that, because it's going to break through my defenses no matter what I do. So, what do I do there? If we get randomly crit, there's nothing I can really do to stop a random crit like that. That's just dumb. Sometimes it's just dumb. What am I going to do? Block a crit? Not when it's a unit that's going to do 40 damage with one hit, and most units in this game barely get over 40 HP. So, yeah. He did like 35, I think. Something close to that, so there was really nothing much I could do there. Let's see if we can drop any of our items to throw in a new silver sword. It looks like we can throw the door key away since we don't need it anymore. Thankfully, we didn't need too many of those. If Falchion... No, we can't. I was going to use Marth to go and try and Falchion over there, but he can't do that, so we won't be trying that. Honestly, I don't know if trying to bait out these snipers is a good idea, so we're just going to move Harden around to the right side and just see what we can do. Because honestly, the best thing we can do is just seeing what we can do here, because honestly, I don't know what we're going to do with the snipers just yet. The healers, on the other hand, are easy. And wait a minute, that door behind us just closed. Okay then, so the doors close on this map. Oh, maybe we should have kept that door key then. Oops, I hope that all the doors don't close on me, because if they do, then that could be a problem. If they do, I'm just gonna drop Tiki on top of this, because that'll block off one of the spawn points, if that is a spawn point. So, honestly, saving us a spawn point here is honestly a good thing. Or, honestly, saving ourselves from a spawn point is a good thing. So far so good. Minerva, I can probably... Honestly, I think we can deal with that guy by ourselves, so Minerva, I want you to open this up, since there is a bunch of units back here, so trying to get rid of this Manakete here would honestly be a smart move here, because then we can kind of save our units from kind of being stuck back here, because this is kind of a dead zone here, as I can see. So let's try and open this if we can. Maybe even a random crit would help. Honestly, because honestly, any kind of crit would honestly help here at any point. I do have the ability to throw the Wyrm Slayer onto Navarre right now, so let's do that. Because I was able to knock out the guy with the Wyrm Slayer with Wendell earlier, so just in case we're going to use Navarre to use the Wyrm Slayer on this Manakete to make sure he's down, just to save us some pain and trouble, just to make sure he's out of the way, because these guys are pretty aggressive, I can be honest, so let's make sure we don't have to do another reset anytime soon, because honestly, the less resets I have to do, the happier I'm gonna be, because I would like to continue to keep going, because honestly, doing cuts are, like, unnecessary cuts, it just sucks sometimes, because honestly, I feel like we have hit to a point where we should be able to survive, but for some reason, we're still running into things where we just randomly get critted and then it's not even a fair chance, because what can I do? Because there's no way I can stop myself from being critted, so there's really nothing I could do there. Also, so the third bar, I just noticed, he had that third bar up, so that can't be crit, because I don't think you can crit with a staff. So, weird. I do wonder what's going on with that, then. Okay, so I can't get in range with you, so honestly, there's nothing I can do there, unless we can somehow make Lena teleport Marth in there, but he's not in range. So, there's really nothing I can do here. So, the only thing I can do with Marth here is just get closer to Medius here, I guess. Okay, perfect. Okay, now what do we do? Honestly, the only thing I can think of is, well, Kane's on 4 HP, so there's no reason to try that. But we can use Caeda to use, part of our Gradivis stats and just blast through this guy's armor as much as we can, and maybe even get rid of him, which if we do, perfect. Down goes another one of these Manikees. These guys are tanky, and thankfully we're able to get them out of our way. And down goes another tank. Oh, we actually do get defense, so she isn't maxed out. Okay, good to know. I always thought she was maxed out. Okay, so since we do have the pure water, I do want to actually use that. So apparently, it's either going to be a... Res became 7. What? Oh. I thought pure water was something else, but... Okay, I'll take 7 resistance out of nowhere. I didn't actually expect that one. Huh. Okay, so that's what pure water does in this game. I thought it was, the healing one. Okay, I always thought pure water was, it healed you for full. But apparently not. Oh, maybe I'm just mistaking it for something. Strange. Okay, well, I'll take it anyway. 7 resistance. I don't know if it's, like, for the rest of the chapter. If it is, that's cool. Oh, it goes down slowly, so you get to keep it for a little bit. Oh, okay, I like it, let's see here, running Ogma up is smart, so let's just keep running Ogma as far as we can. Running Caeda as far as we can is also smart here, so let's do that as well. Okay, so what we want to do here is, this is the most important part here. We need to make sure our units are nice and ready for whatever we do next. So, as long as we move them in safe positions, we should be fine. So, I want Navarre to keep going because he has a Wyrm Slayer, so we need him for later. So, Drog, since you're in the area, I want you to block off one of these staircases when you get the chance. I'm gonna have Minerva keep following behind, because I feel like that would be a good idea. Actually, we could leave the 2 mages behind, maybe, and then have Drog follow with everyone else. Actually, that might be safer. You know what? That might be a good idea. Because then we can block off those with the weaker units that won't be able to do much now. Since they probably have Mage Stones for the final 2. Well, the Earth Stone, I don't know what it does. But this Manekee over here, he probably has a Mage Stone. So let's be... Yeah, there's no point in bringing the mages over then. So anyone that we can use to heal would be good to have around, but anyone else is not smart. So let's make sure we're very careful with who we use here. I feel like creating a bookmark here would be smart, and then maybe throwing Harden here to kind of pull one of these snipers over would be a good idea. And then doing the same with Kane, maybe. Oh wait, no, Kane's low on HP, so there's no point in trying that. But we can move him closer. As long as we don't move him in a death zone, we should be fine. Godo, I want you to keep moving forward as well, buddy. I want you to also use your Fortify. Apparently, Fortify, I finally figured it out. So, Fortify in this game, and actually HP to everyone on your ally team for 10 HP, which is cool. I'll definitely take that any day of the week. So that's always nice to have. So, due to the fact that I know Wolf got critted quite a bit in the arena, I'm not going to try going in range of the snipers when they are easily able to attack us, so let's not do that. But we are gonna, when we do get the chance to, we are gonna be very smart here, and we're actually gonna be trying to catch them off guard when we get the chance. So, although we do have that as a problem, we should be fine to end our turn here. Okay, let's see here. How are they gonna react to this? Hopefully no critting out of nowhere. Please, please calm down with the random crits. The crits shouldn't happen that often. Because honestly, I should be the one critting due to the fact that I have high amounts of skill and luck. And based on what I read, luck in this game is apparently an extra chance of critting, as well as having high, what do you call it? Having high skill and high luck gives you high chances of critting, apparently, based on what I read. So, I'm gonna hope that that is the case, so hopefully we can javelin this guy into submission. Actually, we might not even have to do that now, due to the fact that we are where we are. So, Godo, I want you to go closer, and I know you have a recover staff, so I want you to full heal Mr. Hardin here. I know it's a waste, but it is the final chapter. So just do as much as you can there, buddy. And then Hardin, I want you to actually try and bait this sniper over. Because if we can get him out of position, we can easily come in and sweep him out of the area. Because he's the only problem here. So if we can move Wolf here now, we can actually use the Parthia bow, which will be super damage due to the fact that it is Regalium. So we should please do something here. Really? This guy doubles me somehow? Okay, well, that's fun. Thankfully, that's not a problem, since we do have Lena here, and we can use our one warp staff, and just drag Bantu in there, and just deal with it with Bantu, honestly, because I am not getting randomly knocked out here. I'm just gonna be honest, I do not want to be having to do another cut just to get rid of one person. So please, Bantu, with your Firestone, don't miss. I don't know if my... Oh no, Zane doesn't even have an attack. Oh, he critted. Cool. Perfect. Okay, I'll take that. That's a save right there. I'm taking it. I'm taking a free save. Okay. What turn are we on? Because honestly, that means, okay, we still have one turn until enemy reinforcements appear. So we do need to be careful now. So let's move you here. Caeda, you can kind of get closer now. Oh wait, you have resistance, don't you? So you can block... Oh no, wait. He doesn't attack resistance. But you do have 30 defense... Or you do have 30 HP, and you have no chance of being doubled by him. So honestly, do that, actually. I want you to go there. Okay, Ogma, you make your way closer. Marth, you make your way closer as well. As close as you possibly can would be the best possible thing, honestly. So you here, because I need you to move, because Marth needs his big movements. Because the more movement from Marth here is honestly the better case scenario. Okay, perfect. And we have been locked inside. That is not a good thing. Okay, well, everyone that's in here has to block as much as they possibly can, so Drog, since you are now kind of blocked behind everything else, just in case if anyone does appear behind us, we are going to drop you right in front of this area here, just in case if something appears in this little area over here, because you never know, maybe the courtyards are spawn locations as well, because I have had them spawn in places that weren't spawn locations, or at least places that you wouldn't expect to be. So I feel like we should be safe there, but you never know. You never know until you find out. So Tiki, you should be safe here, so I want you to just stay. I feel like that should be a safe location, and turn. Bantu should be able to block the sniper, so the sniper shouldn't be able to do much to him. And also that double pillar means it's a wall, so we don't need to worry too much here. And I'm pretty sure we doubled this guy, so he has no chance of knocking us out this turn, thankfully. Thankfully, since he didn't crit, that is my for sure there, so we don't need to worry. Okay, now it's the point where we actually have to worry. You make your way inside. And you equip your falchion, so they can't take any kind of freebies here. Because we don't want them to get any kind of freebies. I do want Hardin to try and javelin this guy once again, because javelin this guy does actually work out in our favor, so hopefully we're fine. Sadly, we missed twice. That's actually the worst possible position we got ourselves into here. But we can maybe do something still. We can use Wolf. Oh no, we need to full heal him first. So full heal Wolf first with a recover. Because we don't need to full heal everybody. We just need to full heal him. because he's the only one that's really low, so we can full heal him to perfect, and then we can come in, we can slide right here, and then we can use our 1 steel bow charge, and it should have enough of a hit chance to get rid of this guy. And it did. Perfect. Okay, that makes things much easier. Bantu, since you're already in here, and you can block this off for us, block this out. Okay, we're blocking the sun out as much as we can. As long as we block out as much of their defense as possible, we can actually get freebies here. Ogma, you just make your way as close as you can. Let's see here. The only thing I can think of is waiting next turn, so let's create a bookmark here, since we're safe for now, but we don't honestly know yet. So just in case, we're going to be very careful with our next movements, but we should be fine, I think. Everyone else is locked behind doors, I think, so yeah. So this is our rest of our team. So let's end turn, and let's do this. Because, honestly, I'm not sure. Okay, it's dragons. I'll take dragons over anything else, honestly. Okay, that's actually really good. Honestly, I was thinking more snipers, but Mage Stone users, we can deal with. We can definitely deal with that since we do have the falchion. And that means we can easily just swipe through these guys as fast as we possibly need, because we need to get as close to Medius as possible as soon as possible now, since the reinforcements are now spawning, and that is... Oh, I thought that was a crit. Why do we only do 3 damage with a falchion hit? Game? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm stupid. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're restarting this turn. I forgot. Falchion isn't dragon-based. It's Medius-based. Oops. I forgot I read that. Okay, we're saving that turn. That was a waste of a turn. There was no point in keeping that. I'll just Mercius this guy then. Okay, well, if I knew that to begin with, I would have just Merciused him. Because, honestly, yeah, 11 damage is way better than what we were just doing. So let's just do that instead and just save some time. Because, honestly, wasting turns just trying that is not worth at all. We need to get this mage out, though, or this Manakete, since this Manakete's actually... It looks like he's higher defense than the other guys, actually. So yeah, they had him there just in case. Okay, so Caeda, I need you to... Wait, there was a... Oh no, that's not... Okay. That's not a spawn location, that's just the stairs up here. Okay, I was about to say. I actually got a little scared, because I thought that, there was a chance for people to spawn right underneath me if I moved. So, thankfully, that is actually just a staircase, and not what I thought that was. Okay, perfect. Okay, Caeda, I want you to Gradivis this guy out of Marth's way, so we can easily slide right in, because this makes it 10 times easier for us to actually get in here. Although we break our Gradivis on that guy, we actually dropped one of the Manaketes. That is a major problem for us. Okay, perfect. I want Ogma to come in here, because I know Medius isn't going to get off his, I don't think Medius would get off the throne, so I think we're fine there. But we can actually start dealing with his healers, and honestly, getting rid of his healers now would be a smart idea, since they will be healing him for 10 HP, due to the fact that these guys are using Fortify. I don't know about the other guy, but 10 HP for anybody on the map is honestly a good thing to get out of the way early, because I'd like to get that out of the way as fast as possible, so we don't have to deal with it later. Wolf, since you can get into this little path here, I want you to actually, blast this Manakete out of the way, so we can block him out completely, because I don't think the, I don't know if the Curate will end up moving. I think he'll waste a turn just trying to heal, so we should be fine there, but you never know. So Minerva, I want you to keep making your way in. We are kind of, like, funneling in here, but honestly, this is the best thing we could possibly do, or what I can think of, because if we knock out one unit, we can start slowly moving everyone else in. So honestly, getting everyone as close as possibly to this location is actually really smart, but we're about to find out how smart it is in the next couple seconds. I'm going to use Hammer Knee on his recover staff, just because I feel like maybe in case we have to worry, we can use that to save us a little bit of time. Okay. Now that we're kind of getting closer and closer to him, I feel like using a Fortify here to heal everyone on our map right now might be a smart idea, because some of our units did take some damage over the course, so just in case, this might be a smart area to heal, just in case we do have any problems. And it looks like it did lock in Tiki, so Tiki can't move anymore, which is unfortunate, but honestly it's better off that we block that out than worrying about anything else. So let's end turn, and let's see how the enemies react to this. I really hope Medius doesn't move, because if he doesn't, that's good. But if he does, that could be a problem. And the Manakee actually lost his turn. Perfect. That is actually really, really, really good. Okay, so because we have this movement here, and we actually have a full-on frontal assault on Medius right here, let's be careful, and let's actually do what we did, which was with the bookmark. The bookmark is super safe here, and we can actually start wailing on Medius now, since Medius is no longer in a safe spot. So what does Medius actually look like? Whoo, that's cool. I'm liking his dragon form, because that is a new model entirely for what we've been fighting with. So that's actually really cool. Ooh, he missed. And actually, if that third bar really does mean crit, he has a high chance of critting us. Okay, then, that could be a problem later, but not right now, honestly, so we should be fine. Ogma, you don't need to actually sit here, so Ogma, I want you to go forward here, and I want you to actually block off these guys. Although I would have had you actually go for the other guy, which would have been smarter, but you're gonna double this dragon anyway, so we should be fine. He shouldn't do too much damage since he is a reinforcement unit, and the other Manakee shouldn't be able to catch up to where we are right now, so we should be fine. And that's another level for Ogma. I'm pretty sure that was the level that he would have gotten earlier, but we ended up having to restart because I messed up, so I'm pretty sure that's probably that level there. Okay, so now we have multiple areas to attack him from. I don't think he can attack from range, so I guess we're about to find that one out. So let's test this out. Can he attack me back? Hopefully not, but I guess we'll find out soon. We are using Parthia. Wolf's attack was ineffective. Okay. Marth is the only one able to attack him then. Okay. So, due to that being the case, then we're not going to waste turns on that. We can, however, do this instead. So what I want to do is we're going to actually run Caeda into here. Because of the fact that Caeda will be able to do some pretty decent damage here, I have a feeling we might be able to mess around here and knock out the Manakees that are spawning over here. And that might end up actually making this 10 times easier. Because then we don't have to worry about anybody respawning, anybody doing anything wonky, and then we can just come in and get some free knockouts here. Because we need to get Medius into a spot where he can't get any freebies. And honestly, doing this from the other side of walls and things could also help us out as well. So we're going to actually use Thoron instead, since that is a 100% chance of hitting. And it does 13 damage, so of course it's a Mage Stone user. Well, that's honestly unfortunate, but we can still do something here. So, is this Zane or is this Minerva? It's Minerva. Perfect, okay. So Minerva, you can run in here, and if we do knock this guy out this turn, which would be perfect, as long as we do enough damage to knock this guy out, we can run Wolf right onto that one spot that they're respawning from. And that might make it so it's super, super easy to deal with Mr. Medius. So, as long as we get this guy out of our way, we're actually perfectly fine. And then we can just get rid of the healer that's giving out the 10 HP to everybody, but we might be able to get rid of him pretty easily. So run Wolf right into this little staircase here, stop the spawning, and there we go. Perfect. Let's run Harden as far as we can, just make sure we can get in here and slide right into this cure rate, right into his head and knock this man out. Because we need him out of the way, because we don't need any kind of healing going to Medius, because we only do 15 damage per hit, so we need to make sure that he can't get any freebies. So making sure that it's not happening is honestly the best thing we can possibly do here. We do have the Wyram Slayer, but I don't know if we can actually use those on him, but I am going to pull that out just in case we do need to do that. I don't know if we can do anything else here, but we can start moving our units a little bit forward, I guess. I don't think we can actually attack Medius with anybody else, but at least we can try. Let's create our bookmark now, and let's end turn. Okay, no more reinforcements, I think, other than maybe those random strongholds all the way in the back right. Oh, he's actually talking to us.
Rebels that dare disturb my repose, be consumed by the flames of hell.
And here he comes. Here he comes to get smacked a couple times by my falchion. Here he comes with his maybe crits. Oh, no, he only hit me for 10 damage. Thank you, buddy. I'll take your 10 damage anyways, any day, other than being randomly hit for my entire HP bar. So, thankfully you didn't randomly crit me there, because I honestly don't know what that third bar means. And honestly, I'm not going to search it up, because I feel like that would be cheating. And down goes Medius. And down goes the final boss, and chapter 25 is over.
Me, defeated by humans. Mere humans take this to heart. Altean Prince and Heart of Light. One day, as long as the wickedness dwells in the hearts of humans, I will rise anew, never forget. As long as there's light and darkness, that can never be extinguished.
Wow, I did not expect that to go as fast. Thankfully, I started doing that quickly, or we would have messed up there. Medius is defeated. The Dolar Empire once again fades into darkness. After 3 long years of battle across Arcanea, for Marth and his friends, 3 years. What? Oh! Now that makes sense why there's 25 chapters. For Marth and his friends, light breaks upon the land, and the dark recedes. And after a long journey, Marth can finally put down his sword. Marth is, at long last, we can return to Talis. Yes we can, and I must report to your father. But after that, I will immediately head to Altea. Yes. War has brought my land to ruin. We must not waste any time in rebuilding. Oh, Marth, I see you are not one to speak easily of what is most precious to you. You are a hero. This is a challenge you must, not shrink from. Hurry and tell her. Princess Nina, I would never, well, shall I put, Caeda? Oh, yes. Would you journey to Altea with me? Why, yes, I would love to. And down goes chapter 25. Wow, I think it was 2 cuts. But 2 cuts for random actually, I think it was 3 random crits, actually. So 3 cuts, I think. The long war has ended. The darkness over the world has been dispelled. Marth and his companions are now victorious. But this is but one legend of Falchion, the Blade of Light, to arms. For the next adventure has already begun. And that is the adventure of Marth's second story. Also known what would be the Mystery of the Emblem. Which would be when Hardin becomes the villain, because he becomes the Dark Emperor, which, sadly, our boy Hardin has definitely helped us throughout the story for the longest amount of time, will becoming a villain in the next installment of this game. So, sadly, we won't be able to use him when we do come back to... Actually, we will be able to play him again because we will be doing the first game again. So we will be able to do that, but we won't be able to hang out with Hardin once we get to the Mystery of the Emblem when we do eventually go to those games. So, with that, honestly, I've had a lot of fun with this. As I've been saying, I've had a lot of fun with this. I don't know if there's any of the things where what happens if they survive the war in this game. Because, honestly, it could not be in the game, for all I know. But if it is, that's cool, because then we can read through all those. But, if it's not, honestly, I'm good with it. So, we're gonna go wait through this credits, because there's no way this is gonna be that long. Because it's just saying all the characters right now. So, Zane, Maria, Lind. Actually, I'm surprised Zane is before Maria and Lind and Tiki. Well, it makes sense before... No, actually, no, it doesn't. No, Tiki makes sense. So, yeah, Zane before Tiki makes sense, because you get Zane the chapter before Tiki. But why Maria and Lind and Minerva, after Zane and Tiki? That's actually weird. Elise and Godo. And here we go with the turns. Oh, God. Okay, so you're gonna definitely see which chapters I, trained on, and which chapters I actually made sure to get, all the, items we actually needed. I am actually going to speed this up since this is just going to go through all the stats, so let's actually speed it up quite a little bit since, honestly, it's just saying how many turns it took me to do certain chapters. Port Warren was the one I was telling you about with the the reinforcements. Yeah, that's how many turns it took me. It was it caught me off guard, because I actually had Marth on the opposite side, so I actually either had to use a warp staff to get him over there, or actually fight through all the units, and I didn't want to waste my warp staff. So yeah, that was the only thing I could do for that. So actually, to be honest, I didn't take too many turns doing any kind of extra items and stuff like that. So honestly, 40 turns is not bad to kind of mess with my inventory and make sure that we're at a decent level for everyone. 875 turns in total? Makes sense, honestly. I think I could have got less if I didn't do all the, stuff like, making sure my inventory was all set up and everything, but honestly, I feel like that was a smart idea, just to make sure that we had javelins and iron sword, or not iron swords, but silver swords, silver lances, better mighted weapons, just stuff to make sure that we were able to make it through the game without me having to buy it in between in the episodes, because honestly, if I were to buy all the items in episodes, I think the episodes would last like 3 hours sometimes. I'll be completely honest, you guys don't want to watch me buying items. I'm just gonna be honest. It was a lot of time, honestly. I think it was 3 to 4 hours in total of buying items, I think. And then, oh, here we go. Something's happening. And then, do I press A? No. And then, oh, here we go.
At Nina's request, he becomes Archbishop of Arknea. The people line up to hear his words.
Oh, it's just the characters. Elise, as Marth's only blood relative, she watches over the newly crowned king. Okay, cool. Lorenz, he has become a leader to villagers who had suffered under Dolor. Tiki, she loves to tell everyone how much she's grown up in recent times. And as we know, Tiki ends up becoming thousands of years old. Pala, her efforts to rebuild the kingdom of Macedon kept her quite busy. Okay, Jake works to reconstruct villages destroyed in the chaos of war. I wonder if he ended up finding Anna again, because we know that Anna and him were close. Roger works with survivors of the war to rebuild villages. Jolly Roger. Matthias returns to his hometown to live a quiet life. Astrum puts his considerable strength towards rebuilding Arknea. Okay, sounds about right. Est develops feelings for an Altean knight she fought beside. Happily married, she lives peacefully. I wonder which knight that would be. Maybe Abel or Cain. Wendell journeys from country to country seeking to uncover great truths. That sounds kinda cool. Zane, after events draw to a close, he disappears on the wind. Okay, sounds pretty cool. Beck travels to a remote regions to mop up remnants of Dolor's forces. Honestly, I'm surprised about that one. Samson turns his talents towards being a leader to villagers who suffered under Dolor. Oh, then basically the same thing as Lorenz. Boa moves to a royal palace where he serves as a bishop. I think he appears in the next one, actually. Tomas, in search of a quiet life, returns home. Okay. Makalon. Many villages were burnt by Dolor's troops, and I'm guessing he spent time rebuilding. Dolph throws himself into efforts to rebuild villages destroyed during the fighting, so basically what Makalon did. George lends his strength to rebuilding Arknea. A lot of them are the same, honestly. Lind seals away the destructive power of Aura. Now she lives a quiet life. I think she also appears in the next one as well. Minerva devotes her days to rebuilding Macedon as its rightful princess. Actually, talking about Minerva, I think I'll talk about it later. Maria, enthusiasm for Marth has been I don't even know what that said. Katria puts her energy toward rebuilding homes lost in the war. Yeah, I'll talk about Minerva in a bit, because I actually did figure something out. Media. This accomplished young knight also enjoys life at court, dressed in finery, and probably spends time with Astrum as well, because they were close. Rad falls madly in love with a girl he met during the war and throws down his sword for good. It's probably S then that becomes with Rad then. Caesar, since fighting ended, he hasn't been seen. Really? Bantu put away his firestone, spends time in countryside of Dolor. Which sounds right, because he does say that he wants to put away his firestone. Violin works to restore the Knights of Aurelius. Oh, that's Macedon. Weary of fighting, he leaves the Knights of Aurelius, whereabouts unknown. I think that's Violent, I think. Sedgar devotes himself to restoring the Knights of Orlis. A lot of them go back to Orlis, it looks like. Well, proudly joins Princess Nina's guard. He's an influential member of the Knights of Archnea, which makes sense since he did very well for our team. Hardened, together with Nina, he works to restore Archnea. He weds the princess and becomes its 24th king. And there's how we know he becomes the Dark Emperor. Navarre, at the conclusion of it all, he vanishes without a trace. Really? Huh. Merrick, feelings for Elise held tight in his heart. He journeys back to Caeda. Aw, poor guy. Lena returns to Macedon to watch over the orphans of the war. That's very noble, actually. I like Lena. She definitely helped out. Julian gives up thievery and opens a small shop in Macedon. According to a rumor, he is a father now. I wonder if he ended up with Lena because of the fact that they were both kind of liked each other. Daros returns to a carefree life on the seas. No one has seen from him again. Ogma returns to Talos to guard the king. Though there may be one he loves, there is no news of a wedding. Okay. Castor returns to Talos and is reunited with his mother. Isn't he, Barst? He helps restore Archnea. Okay, I think some of these would have had changed if you beat them with the final chapter. Spends leisurely time in the village. I think they're going to be the same. Returns home to become a woodcutter. Actually, board and cord were different. I'm surprised. Reese establishes a monastery and takes in orphans. So Reese and Lena must have went to the same place then. Rickard returns to his hometown seeking a quiet life. Okay, we're going through the final ones. Gordon founds a orphanage. Of course my controller finally dies on me. Okay, well, actually it probably didn't even die. It probably ran into a error. Founds an orphanage to care for children who lost their parents in the war. Drog wanders the world searching for battle. Makes sense. He fought a lot of people. Abel spends his days with his wife in his hometown, an expectant father. Okay. Cain works hard training aspiring knights. Okay, so then Abel and S might be the thing. Because I'm trying to remember, because I remember S bringing that up in Shadows of Valencia. Devotes himself to a lifelong duty of serving Marth. Caeda stays by Marth's side as the two rebuild Altea. It is said they will soon marry. Oh, look at that. Good on you, Marth. Marth, his days are spent busily rebuilding Altea. Which makes sense. See you again, someday. And that someday will be once we come back to this game in the remake version of it. Because I do want to play through that. I definitely want to play through that. So we will eventually go into doing the remake of Shadow Dragon on the DS. And the remake, I think it's on DS, I don't know. And then the remake, or actually, yeah, remake. Remake for the Mystery of the Emblem game. Because I definitely want to check that out as well. Because I would like to see the full story. Because I feel like supports are very heavy in the development of certain characters, because certain characters did not get much development due to the fact that there's no sports in this game. So there's a lot of characters that are missing a small bit of development that they could easily needed. So I definitely want to check out this eventually when we go back and play through the remakes. So I don't know when that's going to happen. It's probably going to be later in the year if we do so. So probably, I'm going to say August, November, September-ish. I could be wrong. It might be earlier. But around there, we probably would be getting back into playing through that. So with that, thank you all for watching today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I don't think there's anything else here. I think, yep, this is the end, I think. So with that, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for enjoying the series with me. I've had a lot of fun. This is definitely one of my favorites. I really wish Three Houses was a little bit better, because honestly, this is better than Three Houses, as I said in the last one. So, if that says anything, I had a lot more fun with this game than I had with Three Houses. Because I had to replay through I'll be honest, Three Houses, I had to replay through the monastery story 4 times in 1 month. Yeah. Yeah, no. It wasn't fun. I did not have fun playing through Monastery multiple times since the story was the same exact thing, even though you were playing a different house. No, I did not have fun with that. I'll be honest. But I did have fun with the story. The story was fun. The monastery part after the first time was really, really boring. Monastery first time was fun. I really liked it because I had fun learning the mechanics with the Blue Lion's house, since that was the only house that I really liked playing the monastery, and that was the only one that we did the story for the monastery for. So honestly, I feel like 3 Houses could have been a lot better if you didn't have to play through the monastery so many times. I feel like maybe having a time skip feature to straight into the monastery, but putting you in like B support for all the units that you have playable, honestly would have been a better idea. And then having the ability in the monastery, if you had points, you can buy characters if you did the time skip early and didn't do the monastery part again. So if that was the case, I probably would have had a lot more fun with 3 Houses. But this isn't about 3 Houses. This is about the very first game. Very, very, very good. Very good. Small flaws. UI is definitely a problem. I wish the UI was a little bit updated because they could have updated it. But other than that, it was perfect. I had a lot of fun. So with that, thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining me for this series again, and have a wonderful rest of your day, keep being spooky, and I'll see you all in The Sandman. And eventually, I'll be seeing you for real once we get to Ni no Kuni's remake, / revisited, because we're going to revisit that game with everything that we have now. Now that I have, I feel like I'm a lot better as a commentator and a lot better as a YouTuber as a whole. Because when we did Ni no Kuni originally, I was still learning. I was not as good as I was here. I didn't talk as often as I did here. I probably didn't even really voice act as much as I did. So, honestly, I'm going to have fun with this. Once we get back into playing Ni no Kuni again, and this time on Steam, nonetheless, so I get to use a controller and play at the best graphics and the best everything at full FPS, so I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. So, no limitations, nothing, no PS3 buzzing in the background, because the PS3 buzzes, I'm going to be honest, and I didn't even have my thing where I can knock out the background noise at that time, so honestly, we're going to have a lot more fun with this time around. So, with that, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next 2 series. First with The Sandman, which is recorded before the series, so the camera quality is going to be different, and the microphone quality is going to be different, because everything has been changed in between this and then, so that's definitely going to be a thing. So, with that, I really enjoyed you guys just joining me with this, so have a wonderful rest of your day, keep being spooky, and peace out. For the 4th and 5th time, probably. So, peace out. Hey, boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.